It's really important that boards continually reflect on their performance. Typically, they do this through board performance evaluations. But boards can do this on a smaller and more regular scale by also doing end of meeting evaluations, both at the end of board meetings and at the end of board committee meetings. I talked to a number of boards who've tried this practice, and sometimes they find it's quite frustrating and doesn't really add value. But let me share about where I have seen it add value. So a couple of years ago I was involved in a board, and around the boardroom table was one director who had a different background to the other directors. He is in fact a leading surgeon. He's a man who truly touches the lives of many with his wonderful skills, his generosity and his manner. Let's call this man Jim. And so when we're talking about the end of meeting evaluation, Jim said, "Look, I'm not really used to being around boardrooms, but what I can tell you is when I'm involved in complex surgeries, the surgical team sits around afterwards and says, what did we learn?" And so I think that's a great lesson to capture in end of meeting evaluations. Convert that end of meeting evaluation into really 3 key questions. What aspects of the meeting went well? What aspects of the meeting didn't go so well? And based on our learnings, what would we do differently next time? Importantly, that should be captured into some actions, which then the chair should be responsible for ensuring are implemented. Boards that are really open to constructive feedback might also ask the executives around the table, what did they learn from the meeting? What did they find of the most value? And it can be useful if each meeting a different director does that evaluation. So there's the opportunity for each director to have that responsibility and to listen to the meeting and to reflect on what did we learn.